Imagine this. You're scrolling through your favorite YouTube channel, and suddenly the creator pauses to tell you about this amazing tool. Get military-grade encryption, achieve total anonymity online, hide from hackers, governments, and even your ISP. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, that's because it often is. What if I told you that private tunnel you're paying for is actually a one-way mirror? That the tool meant to protect you is watching your every move? Today, we're exposing the billion-dollar lies of the VPN industry. This isn't paranoia, this is what the ads don't want you to know. Let's start by breaking down what a VPN actually does, and more importantly, what it doesn't. At its core, a VPN creates an encrypted tunnel between your device and a remote server. It hides your real IP address from the websites you visit. They see the server's IP instead. It can help bypass censorship or geo-blocks, like watching Netflix from another country. But here's the reality check. A VPN does not make you anonymous. Your ISP still knows you're connected to a VPN endpoint. They can see the server you're tunneling to. It does not stop tracking cookies, browser fingerprinting, or those sneaky ads that follow you around. It does not protect you from malware, phishing scams, or even apps on your phone that might be spying on you. Think of it this way. Using a VPN for privacy is like wearing a mask while holding a sign that says, "Hi, I'm John." The disguise only goes so far, and you're trusting the VPN company not to peek behind the mask. Now, let's dive into the scandals that show just how deep the deception goes. It all starts with Facebook. Back in 2013, they bought a small app called Onavo, marketed as a data-saving tool. But it was really a VPN designed by Israeli cyber intelligence vets from Unit 8200. Once installed, it routed all your phone's traffic through Facebook's servers, giving them full visibility into your apps, habits, and even competitors like Snapchat. By 2016, teens were ditching Facebook for Snapchat, so Zuckerberg launched Project Ghostbusters. They bypassed HTTPS encryption with man-in-the-middle attacks, impersonating apps to spy on encrypted traffic. And get this, they tested it on kids aged 13 to 17, paying them $20 gift cards for root access to their phones. Apple banned it in 2018 for privacy violations, but Facebook just rebranded it as Facebook Research and kept going on Android. It only stopped after TechCrunch exposed them in 2019. But Facebook isn't alone. Google and other tech giants identify you through browser fingerprinting, a unique signature of your device, browser settings, fonts, and more. Even with a VPN hiding your IP, fingerprinting can track you across sites. It's how ads know it's you, no matter what. VPNs don't touch this. They can't stop the thousands of trackers embedded in apps and websites. Speaking of hidden dangers, let's talk about the VPN industry's dirty backbone, Kape Technologies. Formerly known as Crossrider, this company built browser hijackers and ad injection malware, nasty stuff that messed with your browsing for profit. In 2018, they rebranded to Kape to shake off the bad reputation. Now, they're a VPN empire. They own ExpressVPN, which they bought for a whopping $936 million in 2021. Add CyberGhost, Private Internet Access, or PIA, and ZenMate to the list. But it gets worse. Kape also owns so-called independent review sites like VPN Mentor and Safety Detectives. These sites magically rank Kape's own VPNs at the top of every best VPN list. It's a closed-loop ecosystem designed to funnel your data and your money right back to them. You're not getting unbiased advice, you're being sold a surveillance tool disguised as privacy. Beyond Kape, the VPN world is full of sheltered, shady, and outright spy-connected providers. Investigators in 2025 found over 20 top VPNs in app stores owned by Chinese companies like TurboVPN and VPN Proxy Master, tied to blacklisted firms like GU360. Ownership hidden through Cayman Islands shells, but traffic routed through questionable servers. Millions downloaded them without knowing. Then there's ExpressVPN again. Their CIO was a former hacker from the UAE's Project Raven, a unit that spied on journalists and activists. He stayed on even after US fines. NordVPN had a major server breach in 2018. PureVPN claimed no logs, but handed user data to the FBI in a cyberstalking case. Hotspot Shield was caught logging and redirecting to ads. SuperVPN, with over 100 million downloads, leaked data and injected malware. In 2020, 7 no-log VPNs exposed 1.2 terabytes of user info. IPs, timestamps, everything. And the FBI has seized VPN servers multiple times, like SafeINet in 2021 and VPN Lab in 2023, proving logs exist even when companies deny it. These aren't isolated incidents, they're the industry's blueprint.
One of the biggest lies in VPN marketing is the no logs promise. It sounds great, but it means absolutely nothing without real proof. Most audits are a joke, one-time checks done on just a single server or conducted by shady or even fake firms hired by the VPN company itself. Even when there's an audit, it's often outdated or limited in scope. Remember those scandals? Providers like PureVPN and the 2020 leaks prove that no logs is often just hot air. If they say no logs, demand verifiable independent audits of their entire infrastructure, not just words. So, with all this mess, which VPNs can you actually trust? Only a handful meet real privacy standards. First, Mullvad, based in Sweden, no email required, accepts cash payments, fully open source clients, audited, and supports Tor bridging. It's perfect for max privacy and anonymity seekers. Don't forget self-hosting. Set up your own WireGuard VPN on a cheap $5 VPS. You control everything. No third-party mystery logs or surveillance. Then, ProtonVPN. From the ProtonMail team in Switzerland, open source, independently audited, with a generous free tier and no data caps. Great for beginners who want a trustworthy, non-predatory option. Note, Switzerland might force metadata logging soon, but Proton has pledged to relocate if needed. These aren't perfect, but in a sea of extractors and exploiters, they're the ones the security community respects.
A VPN is just one layer, and often not even the most important one for real privacy. What really tracks you isn't always your IP. It's your browser behavior, DNS traffic, and device IDs. Start with DNS over HTTPS, or DOH. It encrypts your DNS lookups, stopping your ISP from seeing what sites you visit without routing all traffic through a shady VPN. Use resolvers like NextDNS or Cloudflare. Note, tools like Pi-hole only support plain old DNS, so pair them wisely. For true obfuscation, try Tor browser. It routes your traffic through 3 relays, so no single point knows both who you are and where you're going. Ideal for high-risk users like journalists or activists, but use it carefully. No personal logins, no window resizing to avoid fingerprinting. Harden your Firefox. Install uBlock Origin and Privacy Badger to block trackers, the #1 way you're profiled. Disable WebRTC, kill telemetry, and use container tabs to isolate sessions. Browser isolation takes it further. Use separate browsers or VMs for banking, social media, work, and research. This breaks cross-site profiling that ads thrive on. Even if one gets exposed, the rest stays sealed. And for simple encrypted traffic on public Wi-Fi, self-host that WireGuard VPN I mentioned. No middlemen, just your control.
But do most people really care about privacy? Recent surveys paint a picture of concern mixed with apathy. According to a 2025 User-Centrics report, 76% of Americans distrust social media companies, fearing they'll sell personal data without consent. An ExpressVPN survey from the same year highlights heightened worries about AI surveillance and censorship. Acronis found 64% cite data breaches as their top concern. Yet, in practice, many do nothing. Pew Research shows worries up to 71% for government data use, but people ignore policies and share freely. On X, users echo this. One notes people overhype privacy but chase virality on social media, begging for self-exploitation. Another complains about YouTube demanding IDs while claiming to care about privacy. It's a paradox. We say we care, but habits die hard. As one post put it, privacy? What's that? LOL. If you're here, you're already ahead. Question everything. That's the unvarnished truth about VPN lies. If this opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone still falling for the hype. Drop in the comments, what's one privacy tool you used to trust but now question? For the full uncensored docs and more tips, check the links below. Stay safe out there. True privacy is built, not bought. Thanks for watching.